So for the TikTok parrots on TikTok who parrot what they don't know about the I.D.U, the International Democracy Union, the center-right I.D.U. They don't have individual members. The I.D.U doesn't have individual members. I see it parroted. Pierre Poilievre is a member of the I.D.U. No, he's not. The Conservative Party is. They only have parties as members. They don't have anything resembling the World Economic Forum's 3-year Young Global Leaders program. In the World Economic Forum Young Global Leaders program, their accommodation and travel expenses are paid. I wonder what kind of loyalty that buys. Anyways, the I.D.U. doesn't have anything remotely similar to that. While both outfits keep their money secretive, if you go to their sponsors, you'd see that the I.D.U. has but a tiny fraction of the member or of the money of the World Economic Forum. The I.D.U. does twice annually hold meetings, their flagship meetings in Washington, D.C. every year, and the other one floats around. The last one was in Brussels in May. And they don't publicly disclose actual attendee numbers, but gee, by golly, sometimes they broach 100 attendees. Yeah. Unlike the WEF's meeting in Davos, which is approaching 4,000 annually, and the summer meeting held in China, the summer Davos as it's often referred to, which has attendance approaching, headed for 2,000. I did say that was held in China annually. Yeah, you might want to note that. The I.D.U. does not control all of the powerful non-government organizations like the WHO, the IMF, the UN, the World Bank, the European Central Bank, the EU Commission in Brussels, as well as now NATO is headed by Mark Rutte. He was a classmate of Justin Trudeau's Young Global Leaders Program class of 2005. And if you were to research, instead of parroting, you'd find Modi, India's leader, is an I.D.U, as you so often parrot. He's a YGL, he's a WEF Young Global Leaders Program graduate. Viktor Orban in Hungary, you're always spouting off about him, parroting that he's I.D.U. No, he's not. He and his party got the boot from the I.D.U. because the I.D.U. found him to be a bit too authoritarian for their liking. Yeah. In summation, if you're actually research, you'd find the fear of the I.D.U. is almost exclusively a Canadian phenomenon. And I do mean just about exclusively a Canadian phenomenon. A little muttering about it in the UK. A little bit in Europe, mostly centered in Germany against the center-right Libertarian Party, the AfD. Well, anyways, this is understandable to anyone whose IQ runs to 3 digits, as we've had WEF governance here in Canada since 2015. And Mark Carney, our current Prime Minister, sits on both the WEF's Foundation Board and Board of Trustees. And then in Canada, we have the BIT Nudge Unit, the Behavioral Insight Team, located in Toronto. They arrived here in 2017, or I think it might have been 2019, just in time for 2020. That's led by one Sasha Trejabov, who is a WEF member and a Young Global Leaders Program graduate. Research the BIT Nudge Unit further, you'll see they work hand in hand with our mainstream media, our government-funded mainstream media. I should be clear about that. As well as with social media content creators. Oh, say like Rachel Gilmore, who graduated the Young Global Leaders Program class of 2020. And what is it, the Observer Network she works for? The founder of that outfit is, I forget her name. I did a video on her and Rachel and all this business in the past. Anyways, the founder of that outfit that Rachel now is associated with, she's a Young Global Leaders Program graduate, class of 2015. So, Anyways, hope that clarifies some things up for you. Oh yes, the World Economic Forum's Behavioral Sciences Department refers to the people that just parrot, well, what the WEF wants them to parrot, as useful, I better say, idiots. Don't be useful to the World Economic Forum, please.